Song. Here we go. From the Giant Bomb Studios in San Francisco, California, it's the Apple Byte Extra Crunchy podcast with your host, Mr. Brian Tong.
What up, everybody? Welcome. It's the Apple Byte Extra Crunchy, Extra Munchy. I believe we're in episode 57?
57, that's
57
right.
here, going strong.
Yeah.
Again, this is the show all about Apple. Everything you could think about, that's Apple. We want you all to be a part of the show. We love hearing your calls. We've got some representation from the ladies today as well with the phone calls, which we love. So call us at 1-800-616-2638. This is voicemails. We are not taking live calls. We are not in our studio that can handle live calls, so you just won't get that right now. But this is where you leave your name, where you're from, your comments. We even have people now giving us feedback when we don't know things, because we don't know everything.
Yes.
They're telling us what's up.
Thank you.
We appreciate it all.
We need that.
You guys and gals all make the show what it is. So let's just get into it right now. Top story of the week, really top story overall, is the latest update. People continue to ask me all the time, what's going on with new MacBooks? When are they coming? And we've expected them to come out in October. There is no official date for any announcements at the moment. But according to Mac Rumors, they have learned that Apple is rapidly moving towards a launch of the new MacBook Pro models. They're currently working and tweaking out macOS 10.12.1. It's really focused specifically on getting the operating system up to date to support the new hardware features on these new MacBook Pros. And for those of you that don't know, just to catch you up to speed, some of these MacBook Pro features include this new OLED touch bar that's going to take over where you normally see like the function keys. It's supposed to be able to adapt based on what type of apps you're actually using. So it could be, if it's a media app like iTunes, you would see volume controls, tracks on there. If it maybe changed to something like a messaging app, you would see different things there as well, or even photo editing apps, or a browser like Safari, you could get some hotkeys there. So that's really the big key thing. And again, we have seen a touch bar, like LED bar on actual computers. The Razer line has them, but this is going to be Apple's implementation of it. We'll see how it all comes together. Now, they're finishing tweaking macOS 10.12.1. They are also hardware. In addition to that is Touch ID support, so you can do payments on the laptop directly, as well as shifting over to the Polaris graphics chip family. That's from AMD on the higher end 15-inch models. The goal is that there'll be public beta testing 10.12.1 early next week with the goal of finalizing it and then being able to roll this out, actually install that on the hardware and make an announcement as in late October, most likely the second to last week or the last week of October, which is typically what is described as late October.
Yes.
Just to fill you in.
Pre-Halloween time.
Pre-November, before Thanksgiving, around Halloween. So that's all we know right now. There have also been many rumors that not only the new MacBook Pros will get updated, MacBook Air will get new USB-C ports, and iMacs will get a new AMD graphics chips before the end of the year. I think the biggest thing that everyone is also still asking me about is when will we actually see Mac Minis and Mac Pros getting updates, because they haven't seen them in years, as in 2 to 3 years, depending on the product.
That's a long time to wait.
It's a long time to wait. We had someone ask about it last week. There still are no rumblings whatsoever that we're going to see anything like that. So it'll be interesting. They've got to at least give us a little bump, but for now, that's where we stand with the new MacBook Pros. Are you in the market at all, man?
I am not. No. I'm happy with my PC. My Acer Aspire touchscreen.
That's right.
Windows 10.
But if you
fast, sleek little laptop.
Fast don't lie. I know you're so. The thing is that I wish Apple made a dang touchscreen laptop.
I know.
Serious.
It seems like it's a no-brainer and something that they can easily do and do it beautifully and amazing. Like, look at this. This is my laptop right here.
I know. That's what I'm talking about. You
just touch it,
and you
whatever.
This is not right. This is not right. What else could be coming, at least from a touchscreen standpoint? Let's talk about the iPad Pros. We just recently revealed from Patently Apple that Apple is planning to utilize and invent a magnetic array system within the iPad family that's going to allow it to do multiple things. Now, the first thing, this is a no-brainer, and everyone thought they should have had this from the start, because if you have a Surface, you know that the pen can magnetically attach to the Surface tablet. Well, Apple's Pencil will be able to securely attach to the iPad Pro based on this patent diagram drawing showing that the Apple Pencil can cling on. Have you heard of that song? Pineapple. Apple, was it Pineapple? Pineapple Pen, Apple Pen.
No.
Okay, can you look it up while I'm
funny.
talking?
Yes.
Just look it up on YouTube while I'm talking.
Okay.
If you find it, we're gonna have to play.
What is it? Pineapple.
Just type in like Pineapple Pen, Apple Pen. This is
Pineapple.
It's
pen.
it's a guy with a white background with a.
Oh, I have heard about this.
I just want people to listen to this,
okay,
and then
it's playing
after
ad.
the ad, then they can look it up. Just boost it up whenever you feel like it. I will talk about other ways that this thing goes.
Let's see if this is it.
Okay.
I don't know if the sound is working on this.
It's all right.
To be honest.
Oh,
No,
it's not.
working.
Dang it! It's okay. We will revisit it another time. Everyone's like, "Come on, play it, play it."
I'll just give you
Pineapple
the picture.
pen.
This adorable man right
Apple
here.
pen. Pineapple pen. All right, it's ridiculous. Other ways that the magnetic array can help out with the iPad is that they're using it to hold the pencil, but also they're talking about how they can implement it with an actual iPad case. Oh, here we go.
That's the perfect beat that you need for this song too.
Okay. Well, I could listen to it all day. People on Periscope are like, I can't hear it. I can't hear the song. Pineapple pen. So anyways, magnets in an iPad protective case. So the case would have magnets. The iPad itself would have magnets. And when it detects that it's falling, the sensors along the lines of the accelerometers and gyroscopes would be able to detect this. And basically using these electromagnetics, they could they're trying to hope that it could essentially help shift the iPad within the case a little bit to protect it.
What?
Like,
I'm totally not following.
I don't want to say slide the iPad within the case, but kind of this. I don't think this is coming anytime soon. But think about if there's an iPad with a rubberized case, and there's a gap kind of around it, and when you drop your case, or drop the iPad, the magnets would then kind of activate on the side that wouldn't take the impact of the damage.
I see.
To suck the iPad.
That's
towards.
weird.
It's weird. I mean, again, this is all a.
They love to throw ideas out there.
Yeah.
Some guy has a patent idea, and they're like, "Get the
it's just
patent
for fun.
people on it."
It's just for fun, right? So that could be one way. And then the other one that we've been waiting forever. How about connecting two iPads together to make a bomb
That's
screen?
cool.
Right? That's dope.
That's
right?
awesome.
Give me edge-to-edge glass on an iPad, magnetic to double screen up. I mean, come on, son.
It's cool.
I would take that in a second. So those are some of the patents. If you look them up on Patently Apple in regards to their new magnetic array system, these are ideas. We don't know if this is actually going to happen, but this is definitely what they're talking about.
What if you could just connect as many iPads together as you wanted?
I would do that.
The possibilities are endless.
I would
just have an array
just
of
a tile.
iPads.
You could get some cool visual display, an interactive display at a retail
That's
spot or
cool.
something like that. It'd be cool. If you're wondering what else Apple might be up to, Apple has submitted a mystery wireless device with Bluetooth and NFC to the FCC. So this was an Apple filing. It was for a nondescript wireless device. Characteristically, they don't tell us what the name of this thing is because they're trying to keep it a mystery. The model number has been identified as A1844, but why is that important? Is because it doesn't line up with any current existing Apple products. The actual regulatory label shows that the device has 2 Torx screws. It doesn't seem to be very big. Some people are under the impression that this is not anything related to an Apple TV. This could be a while ago, Apple had talked about these things called iBeacons that could be placed in retail locations. If you're walking into a store, you're near a beacon, it transmits to your phone and tells you
what's on sale,
or you're near you're near a promotion.
That's cool.
Things like that. So it could be the iBeacon technology that this actual device is. It's nothing else. It's other than a wireless. It's a mystery wireless device.
See, my first thought when I heard it was a mystery wireless device was that it was that wearable that people are going to wear in the hospital to keep track of your biometrics or whatever. I don't know. That was just
like the
first
Apple
thought.
Watch.
Kind of, yeah. That was the first thought that came into my
Yeah.
head.
You're like, what could it be? What could it be? See, I like this because Beecham doesn't necessarily know. Oh, are you gonna give me more of that?
Believe it or not, it's just me.
It's me.
Sorry.
Believe it or not.
Total tangent. That's a great song.
So, before we go to our break, which will not include more singing, this video came out, I think, pretty much today, or was at least put out today online.
I love it.
It's an angry customer in France, or at least in a French Apple store. We don't know exactly which store, who basically goes on like a tirade and starts
crazy
smashing like somewhere around 16 iPhones back
sound on this one?
to back to back to back. You can every time. Here's the store alarm.
Here's the security.
Listen carefully. You'll hear a smash. Boom.
iPhone. Boom.
Boom.
iPhone broken. Boom.
He's literally pulling them out of like the charging docks, laying them on the counter, and then smashing each one. It's painful.
Painful to watch.
Have you
but
seen
I don't necessarily think he's like breaking everyone. He's just breaking the screens.
Yo, he's just smashing the screen.
Yeah.
So
wait, what is he saying? Oh, he's talking in French.
Yeah, so he's basically saying that Apple is a company that violated European consumer rights. They refused to reimburse me. He doesn't explain why. He wants his money back. So you know what's happening? This is happening. That's what he said, and then he smashed another phone. He walks away like the boss. Later on, there's a video. The security is like kind of chest bumping with him.
You got a laptop right there.
You got a laptop on that one?
Yeah.
That hurts, Daddy.
Ouch.
Anyways, there you go. A man in an Apple store just going cray.
We were talking about this before the show. Like the security guards, they restrain him, and I'm just like, if there's a guy running around like destroying things, like I'm not gonna touch him. I'm gonna call the police.
Yeah.
Stay far away from him.
Why are you gonna do that?
They're like risking their lives to save, an iPhone or something. This guy is dangerous. So.
Well, that's the tough thing now with security guards at malls, shopping centers. Period. I mean, it's not like there aren't. There's a lot of threats out there now, and it's dangerous.
We live in a scary world.
It's
now.
dangerous, and these people are just trying to maintain order and peace. They're not even, armed with anything, and they've got to deal with clowns like that. Like, I've got mad love for all you guys. Seriously.
I know. Let's lighten the mood real quick. Lighten the mood real fast. Okay,
that's all.
I feel better now.
You're gonna thank me later for pineapple pen, apple pen.
I'm already thanking you. I'm
Dude.
like, I love it.
Don't worry. We're gonna go revisit that on the Apple Byte.
Apple pen.
I gotta stop. I'm dying. All right, let's get to our sponsors at iDevices.com. We have talked about them all the time. Really, we're not going to read the same things that you have heard every time, but I'm going to talk about it. So basically, iDevices, they have a line of connected home products. If you aren't familiar with them, they include like smart plugs, a Wi-Fi thermostat, a rain-tight outdoor smart plug, even a socket adapter that takes your dumb light bulb, that typical one that you have, and turns it into a smart one. I have used iDevices. It's hooked up into Siri and Alexa. What time is it? See, I know there's at least 5 guys listening that have an Echo and Alexa.
Yeah,
play.
You guys got to get on board this connected house thing because it's about to like explode when Siri and the HomeKit come out. Everything's gonna go crazy. I have like lights in my house. I can turn them on and off. I know if my lights are on and off. I have scheduled lighting at my house now.
You got scheduled lighting at your house?
I schedule my lighting.
Like
Brian,
when?
Tom.
Like in the morning or what?
Like,
I don't know.
I make sure my lights go off at midnight. I make sure they go off at 8:45 after we leave the house. I don't have to worry about it.
That's actually really awesome.
You guys got to get it.
Yeah. I live in an apartment, so I can't, and I have roommates, and I can't like completely let it take over the household or apartment. So I have it in my bedroom. And I have 2 smart bulbs above the bed, and I have this little mini hallway to get to my bedroom. So I technically have a hallway and a bedroom and a bathroom. So it's like, I've torqued it out so that it's completely smart. And
I'm laughing because I imagine you like walking in your room and like putting your arms up and being like, "I'm home," and then everything like turns on. Your Mac turns on.
It works though. I'll be like,
TV opens up.
Dude, I'll straight up say stuff like, "Alexa, turn on my bedroom," or "Alexa, turn on my hallway." And then when I leave, I say, "Turn off my room," and everything goes off, and you feel like a boss. Like you don't get tired of doing that.
What happens if you say, "Alexa, turn me on"?
Well, then something else lights up.
Oh.
Hey!
Hell!
You guys can all check out our friends, though, at iDevices They're more than mere gadgets. They aim to evolve your home with products that are built around your life. Now, again, we have a special cool discount code from our friends. All you have to do is go to iDevicesinc.com. That's iDevicesinc.com. Use the code AppleByte, 15% off your home's evolution.
15% is a big...
15%.
That's a big percentage.
And before we leave this message from our sponsor, say it with me, Steven.
Yes. iDevices.
We always have to look at each other. We always have to look at each other to be in sync, and it's very corny.
I know, it is weird.
Okay,
it's
ready?
awkward.
iDevices. Evolving your home.
Beautiful. All right.
Like, honestly, we lock eyes for a second. It's like intimate for a moment.
It's one of my favorite parts of the week, locking eyes with you.
Holy cow. Holy cow. All right, let me unlock my computer screen so we can continue with the with the actual show. But, you know, if ever we get stuck, there's always one place we can go. To my friend with the pineapple pen. All right, let's check this out. Latest update, a new study by J.D. Power. They have their kind of like consumer satisfaction survey, has ranked Apple the highest in overall Apple Music, the highest in overall customer satisfaction based on competing against 7 streaming music brands and based on these different key areas: performance and reliability, ease of use, cost of service, content, communication, and customer service. So they have this based on a 1,000 point scale. About 4,500 people responded to this survey that have paid for a subscription service in the last 6 months. Apple Music ranked the highest with a score of 834 out of 1,000. Rhapsody was at 826. Pandora was at 825. And Spotify was at 824. I'm
shocked that Spotify is in 4th place on that.
But this is all based on, you know, someone who might have just purchased it and then just made a decision. I find these to be kind of, I wouldn't think this was reflective. Like, for example, Rhapsody was at number 2.
Well, Rhapsody is like,
I know
they've cornered the market a long time ago.
I know, but I was surprised that I would think that they would be like
behind Apple Music.
Yeah, but at the same time, look, Rhapsody, Pandora, Spotify are 826, 825, 824. That's basically even. That's basically second place. So
yeah, what is the what do they call it? Percentage of error here?
I don't know. That? But they're basically saying those rankings are essentially the same. The biggest omission to me is they had 7 streaming music brands. Tidal wasn't included on this.
Tidal did not even make
it. Didn't even register that. That's
industry average made the cut. I don't know what that is.
Is that Tidal?
That's nothing. It's
I think Tidal announced that there are around 4 to 5 million paid subscribers. Apple's somewhere around, I think, 16 million right now, and I believe Spotify just hit 40 million. We're talking about paid subscribers from that standpoint. But here's the thing, it makes sense if these are new subscribers within the 6 months that Apple is the highest in general, just because Apple kind of has the most buzz. It recently came out in the last year, and that a lot of people, look, if you already have 40 million Spotify subscribers, that means you've had a lock on those customers for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, plus I mean, just brand cachet, Apple Music, Apple iTunes, like just that alone is like a juggernaut.
Look, people don't forget that they may not always make the best product, but just because they're the Apple machine and the Apple ecosystem, people are gonna buy their stuff. Yeah. Like, it happens to me. For example, I love my Echo. I don't want anything to replace my Echo, but I could see this Apple Echo-like device that we talked about last week.
Could be hotter.
It could replace it if it can read your text messages, read your emails, like just stuff like that. Just
totally.
That are already part of your iOS ecosystem. If it can actually work somehow with Apple TV, like there's ways that it can do things that if you're in the ecosystem, there's advantages.
Tell me my calendar.
Yeah.
Tell me my missed calls, or I don't pay attention to my missed calls.
Yeah.
Tell me I do like the new Apple Music app, the iOS 10.
Redesigned version.
Yeah, it's bigger buttons.
Yeah.
It's a little easier to navigate.
It's way clean. It's way cleaner to navigate. Yeah.
I like how it looks like the album covers like popping off the screen. Like
that was one of their focuses on album art. That's true.
What do they call it? The drop shadows.
Yeah. It's just like the the transparencies and the drop shadows.
Yes. Good job, Apple. Thank you for fixing that.
Do you subscribe to Apple Music yet?
I'm
almost going to do it now.
I was one of the when they give it to you for a month for free.
And I
didn't renew it. So,
but I like how Apple Music is laid out better now than it was before.
Yeah, I haven't tried it.
So it encourages me more to give Apple Music a shot.
Another thing I thought was cool was now you can like share your music right there to your what is it? What is the service like the MySpace kind of? I forget what it's called.
Which one?
It's terrible. The Apple thing. Why am I forgetting it? I'm just gonna talk about how I like that you could share it so easily.
You mean just being able to share it? What, share with others? You mean through iMessage?
No, it's like it's like the MySpace that for Apple for iTunes, or what do they call it? Every chat room, help me out, please.
So what is Apple's? Oh, their social. But
Connect.
I stopped totally. I've completely ignored Connect.
I know, but like if you're an artist or you have like albums in iTunes, it's cool just to be able. Now there's a button, just share to Connect.
Just share it, yeah.
So
all right,
think that's cool.
Other music information that's kind of fun. Drake's album Views has exceeded 1 billion streams on Apple Music. Apple awarded him with this cool like plaque and everything to kind of show thanks for him. He's looking tough. Drizzy Drake Views was a dope album. Let me tell you.
That's a new, that's the new gold record now.
Yeah. We also honored this album last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
You used to make the greatest
iPhone.
innovation now.
I don't have a low end on this
It's okay. You're just playing
laptop. There's not a low end.
It's all right. If you don't know iPhone 5 SE, then you got to watch that thing. You got to watch that thing. 4-inch screens. How can I remember this?
Now you go out
Phone SE.
Ariel.
nothing special.
We can't see. Okay, let's stop it. People are like, "What are you guys talking about?" Search it up.
Wait, he just took a poo right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just look up, what is it? Hotline Bling iPhone
Drake,
parody or
Hotline
something?
Bling
Just
parody,
like iPhone.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
great.
it's pretty epic. I'm not
beautiful.
gonna lie. We had a fun time making that. All right, so Drizzy Drake, 1 billion streams on Apple Music. This one, talking about just like Apple's media services, I was surprised by this, and I love this because I actually watch a lot of shows on the CW network. Don't judge. CW's new Apple TV app does not require a cable subscription to watch. This is not common, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that for a limited time?
We don't. It doesn't look like it.
Huh.
No login, no subscription, just free. This is for this fall. CW's Apple TV app. Okay, shows that you might recognize, that you might watch. Supergirl. The Flash. The Flash is one of the best shows on TV right now.
Oh,
period.
Flash is huge. Yeah.
Holy crap, that show's amazing. Jane the Virgin, Arrow, another good one, but Flash kind of like destroyed the Arrow now, so just iZombie, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and that show fell flat. It was like trying to do too much. I'm sorry, I'm like a hardcore. I watch all the comic book stuff, right? It's like that's what it's all about. So, anyways, check it out. The CW app, you can watch those shows. I haven't downloaded the actual app, so I don't know if it'll give you access to the past shows, but it is ad supported. Flash, I think, is going into season 3, and Arrow would be going into season 3 and season 4. So we'll see how that all shakes out. But that's a pretty killer app, and I think other companies should start doing that. Right? No barrier to entry.
When I'm trying to watch something on like Roku or Amazon, and I have to go log in and then get on my phone and like type in, it's a pain in the ass.
It is a pain in the butt. Okay,
so that's great.
So we have that. Also, Black Hat security company Zerodium has increased their bounty to $1.5 million.
Wow.
To encourage people to try and find a zero-day vulnerability in iOS 10, which they claim is much harder to exploit. A zero-day vulnerability is pretty much, think of it as one where the company, Apple themselves, doesn't know about it. And so because they don't know about it, they have 0 days to basically react and prepare for them. So this is like, find an exploit that no one knows about. And if you do, they will be rewarded $1.5 million. And like I said, it's extremely harder versus iOS 9 to be able to do this at the moment. So that's why they're raising the bounty. They're trying to, hey, never challenge a hacker. Like
that's a big chunk of cheese. 1.5 million. If I
even remotely had any skills, I would totally try that.
I just
and it would totally fail.
Dedicate my next 6 months to figuring that out.
If you guys want to check out a lot of talk about iPhone stuff, we just kind of have a little bit of batch of iPhone news. The iPhone 7 camera test from DxO Labs, they've published like this in-depth iPhone 7 camera review. They've called it a solid evolution over the 6S. The single-lens smartphone achieved an overall DxO Mark Mobile score of 86, topping the iPhone 6S by just 2 points. But trailing the Samsung Galaxy S Edge and 5 other devices. So, there's always a debate of who really has the best camera on the market. iPhone's in that conversation, but it's not necessarily the best.
Which iPhone was this?
This is the iPhone 7. They're
Not
just
the Plus,
comparing,
right?
not the Plus. They're just specifically talking about the single lens.
Gotcha.
Jet black iPhones also face a global shortage as new colors provide difficult to manufacture. This is actually crazy. So check this out. Jet black, right? The cool color that Apple is like, yo, you got to get this. I mean, look, this is a jet black iPhone right here. You can't
Beautiful.
tell.
It's
no.
dirty though. It looks dirty.
Well, I have it in a case because I don't want it to get scratched.
So the case is dirty. Okay.
It's silly because you have this great looking phone. It's going to scratch easily scratch.
Our scratch test was like brutal.
It was brutal, right?
Brutal.
So get this, the yield rate. So meaning like they put this case, this case is made through specific treatment. It goes through this 9-step anodization process. But according to reports, the production yield rate of 60% to 70% of cases are accepted, meaning that 30 to 40% of the units that they make do not even pass Apple's quality standards and have to be retooled.
Ooh.
So if you make 1 million cases, only 700,000 of those are going to be usable because this case is so hard to process and manufacture. That's pretty crappy.
That is crappy. It's a lot of waste, man.
And I've got to imagine it's because it's so scratch friendly that, like you can literally rub the jet black iPhone on a regular desk surface.
A smooth surface.
Yeah. And it's going to scratch.
I remember
it's going to scratch.
I had the iPhone 5 for like 2 years and I never took it out of the case. I mean, never. Maybe just to like clean it or something.
Yeah, because you're like hella scared
and it
about
got
it.
All, totally like scratched up inside the case.
Yeah, by the case. Yeah, like little things get in between the case and the phone.
Yeah.
Little debris, scratchy scratch.
Bums me out.
Okay, it's okay. Keep your head up. Also, look, people have been ripping on me about the fact, like on Twitter, I talk about my struggles with the iPhone 7 and the lack of a headphone jack. And they're like, oh, just get Bluetooth wireless. Just
just go spend like
use the AirPods. Yeah, it's like just buy a new headset, you'll be fine. But this is the problem here, right? Okay, Kickstarters, all these like Indiegogos, there's a lot of people that are trying to make a solution. And guess what? Because Apple helped us out, everyone's looking for some sort of a dongle, right? So this company, ILDock, lets you use a wired headphone. Check out this novel idea. A wired headphone while charging your iPhone 7 because you can't charge it and listen to it at the same time right now.
I got to say, the dock is pretty. It is very sleek and pretty, but it's funny that Apple works so hard to make our phones so small that now we have to like hang all kinds of crap off of them, and like they wind up being bigger, looking bigger and uglier in the end. So
I get what they're doing. This whole wireless Bluetooth iPhone thing, they're ahead of the transition. It'll be worth it in like 2 years, 2 to 3 years. Like then really people will all start getting it. But here's my issue. Everyone says why I use the dongle adapter and I use standard headphones. Okay. Everyone's like, why don't you just use Apple's Lightning headphones with your iPhone 7, right? Mm-hmm. Well, here's the problem. Those freaking Lightning earbuds only work with the iPhone 7. So if I'm traveling, if I need to plug in my headphones to another, like let's say you want to plug in your headphones into an airplane. I travel a lot. Airplanes don't have Lightning ports.
No.
So I use the old school 3.5 millimeter headphone jack with the dongle all the time. One time when I was walking down the airport, I pulled my phone out of my pocket with my headphones. The dongle separated from the headphones. I didn't realize it. And then I tried to plug in my 3.5 millimeter jack headphone into the iPhone 7. It didn't work. And so I walked back maybe 20 yards and then found my dongle on the ground. I'm like, this is what we're dealing with.
No, yeah.
This is what they gave me.
That's the nightmare that everyone has. Like, I'm going to lose this dongle. And you lost yours, but you got lucky and found it. So.
You'll have multiple headphones that need dongles. Like at work, like I said, sure, iPhone uses Lightning. Laptop doesn't have a Lightning port on it yet for audio. So what are you going to do, right? You switch between them. Everyone's like, buy new headphones. I'm like, dude, bruh.
Yeah.
So it's like, I got an older pair of headphones that I just plugged into my laptop at work. But it's like, this is stuff that we never had to deal with before.
I know, right? A whole new world. Look, I haven't had to deal with it yet because I'm still on the 6S. So I'm
frustrating,
I'm
man.
But I do walk around and have my headphones, and I'm like, I hate this wire. I want to get rid of this wire. I'm connected to it.
Okay, my advice to anyone who wants wireless headphones, my favorite, I've been a fan of their brand for God knows how long, at least 10 years. The Bose Quiet Comforts, Bluetooth, they're the whatever, I think they're the QC35s now. I think they're the 35s, not the 25s. They're my favorite headphones, hands down.
Bose is the bomb.
For traveling, the noise cancellation is sick.
Oh, yes.
If you want noise
cancellation.
cancellation.
That on an airplane.
Dude.
For sure.
You're going to knock out with those things. So I know they're like $350. They're really expensive, and when I first tried them on, I was like, there's no way any pair of headphones is worth $300. Those headphones were worth $300 to me. Like, those things are totally worth it. Some people are like, dude, you don't got to spend like that on Bose. I'm like, I just love, they're really soft too, dude.
Really? Yeah. Comfort. You need comfort.
Yeah. For the record, Bose is not a sponsor of this show.
Oh, yes.
just want to get that.
Bose, holla. We're in the market.
We're looking, holla. A sketchy report. This is a report that we talk about way later because it makes us want to throw up. Report from Apple offices in Israel. An employee that does not want to identify themselves says the iPhone is being referred to as the iPhone 8 and has actual hardware pieces. They're actually developing or building some of the pieces of the iPhone 8 in Israel. That's all.
iPhone 8.
That's all I'm going to talk about. This story
already happening.
Story want to make me throw up. I'm like, really? Come on, guys.
It looks cool. Look at that.
That's just it's a fake render,
it's not
man.
The iPhone 8. Okay,
it's fine. But we've been on our show. We've been continuously calling it the iPhone Future, but we probably know that they're not going to go with that.
Yeah, right before the show, you were like iPhone X.
iPhone X, 10th anniversary, dog. Yeah. The marketing material would look sick.
Marketing up the who's. I almost said a bad word.
Up the Aozu. And then this story is probably the one that is most disturbing to me about the iPhone. We've brought it up multiple times on the show. Motherboard, the website, published an article that says, geniuses say Apple knows about iPhone 6 touch disease. This is where when you touch your screen, it stops responding. It becomes pretty much like useless. It doesn't recognize finger swipes at all. But Apple won't admit it publicly. This, to me, I will continue to bring this story up every few weeks. I hope more developments happen from it because it's wrong. It's literally wrong.
They need to come out and say there's something wrong and we have a fix. Maybe they're waiting till they have a fix for it.
No,
before they announce or something. Who knows? Yeah, that's a problem.
When Apple doesn't like to make it look like their products are faulty, or they'll do everything possible. Right?
Well, yeah. We had Antenna Gate. That was an admission.
The answer was here's a free case.
A cool case.
Here's a free case. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
It was the one phone that I didn't want a case on from an Apple product a long time ago. Like, it was good enough to not use a case. But that was the coolest designed iPhone that I remember for a while that unfortunately needed a case.
Yes.
But you can't deny... Look, these phones are out of warranty now, so no matter what, some people get lucky and they have a genius rep that's cool with them. Most people, you're going to have to pay $329 to get this swapped out, to get this fixed. You might as well buy a new iPhone, but yes, Apple is not acknowledging the issue. Until they do, I had a couple friends say, hey, my iPhone 6S is having problems, and I described exactly what this issue was to them, and both of them said,
oh yeah, that's what it is.
Both of them said, that's exactly what it is. I'm like, yeah, it's not covered by warranty, and they were like, what? So...
Well, we have that problem and the hissing phone, so, which one?
You know what? I've heard a couple iPhone 7s, and I'm not saying it's not good, but it's not a deal breaker.
It's a sound thing, right? It's like coming from the speakers, so it's not like the phone, like hardware is causing a hiss. It's not
like it's going to blow up or anything like that.
It's not going to catch fire.
No, you should be okay with that. So, anyways, Apple not happy about this whole touch disease thing. Really not happy about that at all.
Well, let's pick up the mood real quick. All right, yeah, that helps, man.
I have a pen. That's the best part.
Okay, sorry.
It's all right. No, you don't have.
I
Apple. Apple fan. I love my Asians. They're so dope. They're so dope. All right, should we get to some voicemails?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Okay.
Let me put up the high shot here. Voicemail, high shot. Okay, first voicemail. Here we go. Make sure this is up.
Aloha, BT. How's everything going? Hey, I just want to say something. I know. Oh, sorry. This is Troop from Salt Lake City.
Troop.
Formerly from Hawaii.
Hawaii.
I know that Apple invents everything and is the best company ever. But they were not the first phone company to take the courageous, quotes, step to lose the 3.5 millimeter jack. It was actually the Moto Z. My coworker has one. He got one months ago, and it doesn't have a phone jack either. I'm just tired of hearing that Apple is the first one to take that courageous step. Thanks for the show. You guys are awesome.
Cool.
Shaka bra. True. I think you should call like every week. This is such a dramatic delivery.
It was dramatic.
It was very dramatic, and it made me smile. You are absolutely right. The Moto Z was the first. No one really talked about it, but like many things, I mean, people talked about it.
Were
but
people up in arms? Were they
No,
like, "Oh my God, the
of course
Moto Z
not.
doesn't have a headphone jack"?
Of course not. No, like it didn't even register on most people's radar, and because let's be honest, not too many people are buying the Moto Z, so they're not going to be mad. You're just not going to hear people complain about it. It's a pure numbers thing, right? Like anything, the internet can like magnify something that may not be that big of a deal, or it can really blow something up.
Yeah.
And so that's why. But yeah, Moto Z didn't take courage to do that. They just did it.
I bet you there's some pretty smug Moto Z owners out there like, yeah, mine did it first.
I'm dope. I'm ahead of the curve.
We did it.
I'm ahead of the curve. We did it first.
Okay, next call.
Thanks, Troop.
Guys, hi, this is Brian from Boston. My question is it cool to double dongle? I got a Crutchfield catalog where they highlighted this cool-looking Dragonfly digital audio converter. I was curious about the improved sound. I wanted to get it, but thought a dongle looked too weird. Now with the iPhone 7, many people use dongles anyway. So I was about to buy the Dragonfly digital audio converter, but then I realized I'd actually need a Lightning to USB adapter as well. Then the DAC, then the headphones. 2 dongles. So is it acceptable to double dongle? Thanks.
Sure.
You know, there's a funny little clip in there, like in the beginning of his call. You can almost take some of his audio. He's like, "Hey guys, is it okay to double dongle?" It's just like
I think he was reading that from
no, I
his
loved it.
paper.
I loved how it sounded. It was like I could just imagine you just throwing that in there randomly in the show. Like, just can I double dongle? I'm like, what?
Of course you could double dongle.
You can double dong as much as you want.
Please.
If that's your thing.
Is this? I think
Nothing wrong with that.
I think this is the Dragonfly thing.
Is that what he's talking about?
I think so. But it has like a little analog input on one side.
Look, I'm not going to judge. I will not judge anyone for double dongling.
No.
It's equal opportunity. It's like I think it's based. Here's the thing: you're not probably going to be walking around with it all the time. You're using it for a specific task. So, yeah, double dongle.
Sure.
If
it fits in your pocket. All right.
Hi, this is Sherry from Tennessee. Just wondering when CarPlay 2 is coming out.
CarPlay 2. Well, Pixar, are they making the CarPlay 2? Oh, they already made CarPlay 2.
Cars 2?
CarPlay 3 coming out. You know, Lightning McQueen was in trouble in CarPlay 2.
Oh, Sherry.
Sorry.
First of all, shout out to all the ladies out there listening to Apple Byte Extra Crunchy. Also, shout out to guys who have their significant others that are ladies that watch the show as well, because I can't tell you I've had people come up and say, my husband loves your show, but the husband isn't there. So we'll take a picture with the lady to send it to the husband, and the husband's like, oh, I'm so jealous. I'm like, oh, whatever. It's just me, nothing big. But the CarPlay app recently was updated. There's not a CarPlay 2 per se, but CarPlay is technically kind of hooked into iOS. And with the latest iOS 10 update, they did a couple things like making it easier to reorganize your like the app layout. I believe like the actual maps functionality was improved as well. CarPlay doesn't have, major stuff, and I don't have a car that could use CarPlay. My biggest thing is that I still, because I've I've even tried testing it out recently just with walking around the San Francisco area. I still don't trust Apple Maps as much as I trust Google Maps.
Oh yeah,
That's what it comes down to for me.
Yeah, when the iOS 10 update that just happened recently, I deleted Apple Maps off my phone. So it's gone.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yay.
about. So they have improved Apple Music on the new CarPlay that's been hooked into iOS 10 as well. So it's very subtle. It's not like they're doing a complete interface revamp. So just you can check it out. Little tweaks, nothing crazy.
Cool. We got an Apple Watch question.
Good morning, gentlemen. Big fans of the show. This is Dan calling from Orlando, Florida. So I've got the original edition of the Apple Watch, or whatever it's calling the OG edition now, not Series 1, but the very original edition. And I've got Apple Care on it. So I wondered what happens if you take it to Apple to be replaced, because, again, I've got Apple Care or Apple Care Plus or whatever it's called. Do they have, like, refurb or old editions of the original Apple Watch, or do they replace it with Series 1? And my guess is that they probably have refurb editions of the original, but just a curious question there. I love the show, guys. Thank you.
So people that don't know, I used to work at the Apple retail stores years ago. The very second store in the entire chain, it was the Palo Alto store, the Tyson... Yeah, it was the second one, the second retail store. It was Steve Jobs' store because he lived blocks away, so he'd ride into his bike with his kids or just scope it out. It was funny because whenever Steve Jobs came into the store, it was very tense. Like everyone's like,
imagine, man.
It was like his store.
Yeah.
I've got some great stories that I should save for another time from when he would come in. But anyways, they'll never give you like if your thing broke down. The replacement is an actual service part. They'll give you the same exact piece. They will never give you like, oh, my iPad Gen 1 broke. Here, we only have iPad 3s in stock. Like take a third gen iPad. So they will give you an Apple Watch. Ooh, I almost said it. An Apple Watch OG. I like that, instead of a Series 1, and definitely not a Series 2. But it was worth crossing your fingers.
Yeah, totally.
I like that.
Okay.
Last call for the day. Last call for alcohol.
This is Kareem Abson from Louisville, Kentucky. Just calling to respond on your Sonos question. It is 5.1 capability. The front speaker would be 3 speakers, and then you would add the 2 Play 5s or the Play 1s for your 5.1. Of course, you have to add a sub as well. Thanks. Love your show. Bye.
Cool. Thanks.
See,
Kareem, right?
Kareem,
Thanks,
the dream, baby. That's exactly why we do the show. We're doing it on the fly. We don't know. Guess what? We don't know everything. Actually, a lot of you are like, yeah, he definitely doesn't know everything.
He answered my question. Thank you very much.
So I love when you guys call in and help us out.
Yeah,
that's pretty bomb. So it's basically assembling multiple Sonos speakers to then build the 5.1.
I'm all about that. I want that.
You know what I'm all about?
That.
You know what I'm all about for my next, whenever it is, next home theater system, Dolby Atmos.
Dolby
Atmos.
Hell
like,
yeah.
They have these, you have your typical like 7.1 surround sound, but some of the speakers are a speaker in the front like normal, and then a speaker on the top that fires up to the ceiling.
Oh, cool.
And bounces up the ceiling down to you, so it creates even more
like immersive.
Yeah, there's more space happening. Like you hear the sound bounce off the top down on you as well. That's from the sides in the middle. Like that's crazy. Like I love home theater stuff, but you got to spend a lot of money for it.
I know. I have like a THX system in my house. It's getting a little dated.
Right.
It's big.
I have like a 5
wired.
The thing is, like my apartment, my living room isn't that big, so you don't need anything like crazy. But one of these days, I'm gonna get a dope system.
Yeah, me too. My kids broke my sub, so I need to like do.
They broke your.
They didn't
sub.
break the sub. They broke the dial that like controls the volume.
Well, yeah, they broke the sub, dude.
They like love to turn it and like screw with it.
So, anyways, boys and girls, that is it for Beach and Tong, or our lovely Frenchikin who runs the show flawlessly. We will be back here next week for episode 58. Before we go, we want to remind you about iDevices. Surf on over to iDevicesinc.com. That's INC. Use the promo code AppleByte for 15% off your home's evolution. Again, everything smart: plugs, switches, thermostats, sockets, light bulbs, turning anything dumb into a smart one. It just
They're on
works.
the cutting edge.
Just works.
Siri's going to take over.
They were the first HomeKit partner, if I believe.
Oh, yes.
So they know what they're doing.
Totally.
That's what's up. All right, boys and girls, thanks so much for hanging out with us. That's going to do it for Apple Byte Extra Crunchy. We will see y'all next week.
Cool. Peace. I was gonna play this out.
Let's just play it
Where's
for
the
me
song?
right now. Play it for people that are watching live.
I have a pen. I have an apple. Apple pen. I have a pen. I have pineapple. Pineapple pen. Apple pen. Pineapple pen. Pineapple apple pen.
Oh, that's so sick, dude. That's so sick. Dude.
Pineapple apple pen.
Oh my god, that's so amazing.
End of show right there. Boom.
I'm
Thank
probably gonna make it my ringtone right now. I'm not even joking right now.
you. Cool.
PPAP. All right, love y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yes. Thank you guys. Oh, I got to go to the dentist, so I'm gonna
Get
I'm
outta
gonna
here.
shut everything down, guys. Thank you.